If you woke up today and saw Mazda launching an electric SUV in China with 6 screens, rear seat massage, and a body that looks like a cosplay Range Rover, congrats, you're not dreaming. You're just alive in 2025, the year the Mazda EZ-60 arrived and broke the brains of every car geek out there. Welcome to Carcry, where car news gets peeled apart like your scalp under summer sun. People used to say Mazda only knew how to make smooth, gas-powered cars, like driving bottled spring water. But today, Mazda said, "Hold my sake, watch this." And boom, they dropped the Mazda EZ-60. One glance and you'll be asking, wait, did the CX-5 just get a nose job? And what's more fun than a Japanese automaker dropping its electric debut in China? That's like bringing sushi to a dim sum buffet, then watching everyone go for the sushi. The EZ-60, also called the CX-6e, is the love child of Mazda and Chang'an. And this time, Mazda didn't bother holding on to that traditional Japanese restraint. Nope, they're going full Gen Z mode. One look at the front and you'll see bold cuts, K-pop idol thin LED strips, and a light bar out back that screams "Hello Cyberpunk." It's nearly 4.9 meters long, around the size of a Honda CR-V or Hyundai Santa Fe, but with a rounded body, hidden door handles, and a D-pillar air vent like a supercar. Like, excuse me, this compact SUV thinks it's an anime Range Rover Sport. Inside? Buckle up. Mazda's clearly going through a screen addiction phase. You get 6 displays total, including a massive 26.5-inch center screen with 5K resolution, sharper than the phone you're watching this on. There's even a 3D heads-up display that tracks your eyes. You look at something, the car notices and starts judging you. Of course, the seats come heated, cooled, massaged, and yes, in the back too. And the sound system? 23 speakers, Dolby Atmos 7.1.4, so crisp you might hear Kevin Hart cry harder than he did in the movie. Now onto the tech side, this all-electric version packs an NMC battery between 66 and 80 kWh, good for up to 600 kilometers on the CLTC cycle. Real world? More like 480 to 500 kilometers, which is plenty for a week of errand runs and Target trips. Worried about running out of juice? There's also an EREV version, extended range with a 1.5-liter gas engine acting as a generator. Smaller battery, 31.7 kWh, but total range stretches past 1,000 kilometers. That's like having a road trip playlist that also charges your phone while you drive. Charging? EZ-60 supports 800-volt fast charging, going from 30% to 80% in 30 to 35 minutes. Just enough time to eat a bowl of pho and post 5 Instagram stories. Slow charging exists too, but if you get home with 0% and only remember to plug it in at midnight, enjoy your next morning ride on Uber. Performance? Surprisingly spicy. Rear-wheel drive motor with 290 kW, that's over 250 HP. Mazda still sticks to its driver's car legacy, except now the car launches forward before you even press the pedal. Perfect 50-50 weight distribution, great grip, and a new G-Pivot electric chassis system that helps you take corners without spilling your iced coffee. But hey, nothing's perfect. Let's talk quirks. First, the name. EZ-60 sounds like a gaming laptop or a Wi-Fi router. Many still call it CX-6e just to keep their brains from melting. Second, the Mazda-Chang'an partnership has some die-hard fans raising their eyebrows. They're worried the car's gone too made in China and lost that Japanese soul. But hold your judgment. That interior, flashier than a Lexus ES on karaoke night. Sales in China have already started, with deliveries from August. Europe will get a version called Mazda 6e by mid-year. As for the US, no official word yet. But if the hype holds, gray market importers are already licking their lips. Price? Starts around $32,000 in China. That's about 770 million VND. If it made it to the US, expect taxes and fees to bump that up by 30 to 40%. So, what's the verdict? The Mazda EZ-60 is a refreshing surprise. Not because it's perfect, but because it dares to be different. It's Japanese, it's modern, it's smart, it's slick, it's straight up Gen Z bait. If you're after an electric SUV that's stylish, practical, and doesn't look like every other badge-swapped EV from China, this one's a strong contender. So, what do you think? Would you roll with a Mazda made in China that's loaded with tech? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Roast it, praise it, or just sigh dramatically. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for Carcry, where every EV gets roasted, rated, and occasionally respected.